Here's a question to sit with. You've got a string and a pattern with wildcards in it. Does the whole string match? 2 wildcards to learn. A dot matches any single character. A star means 0 or more copies of whatever came just before it. Let's make that real. Our string is AA, just 2 A's. Our pattern is an A, then a star. That star isn't its own thing. It clings to the in front of it. Together they mean the letter A, repeated any number of times. So does AA match? Repeat that twice and you get A exactly. Feels like a yes. One rule we can't forget. The match has to cover the whole string. Every character accounted for, not just a piece. And the answer we want is simply yes or no. Does it match, true or false? That's the whole output. How would you even check this by hand? Probably walk both rows together, deciding character by character as you go. With no stars, it's simple. Compare the 2 current letters. Match? Slide both cursors forward by 1. Repeat. A dot is just as easy. It matches whatever letter sits under it, then both cursors step forward the same way. But the star breaks that tidy march. 0 or more copies. How many should we use right now? We honestly don't know yet. So we'd guess. Try 0 copies. Doesn't pan out? Back up, try 1. Still stuck? Try 2. Keep guessing. And that backing up is the trap. The exact same string and pattern positions get re-examined again and again. On a long pattern stuffed with stars, the guesses multiply out of control. We have to stop redoing the same work. Let's slow right down and find the real shape of this. At any moment, what actually describes where we are? Just 2 numbers. A spot in the string and a spot in the pattern. Nothing else matters. And here's the nice part. The answer from here only depends on the rest of the string and the rest of the pattern. The past is gone. So at each step we ask one tiny question. Does the current pattern piece match the current string character? It matches when the pattern letter equals the string letter, or when the pattern is a dot, that wildcard accepting anything. Now the hard part, the star. Here's the question I want to flip. What if a star is just 2 choices, not a count? Choice 1. Use the star 0 times. Skip right over the letter and its star, and check the rest of the pattern from there. Choice 2. Use it 1 more time, only if the current character matches. Then eat that 1 character and leave the star in place. That's genuinely the whole star. 0 copies or 1 and stay. Try both. If either road reaches a full match, we win. If you're feeling lost about that star, totally normal. Sit with the 2 choices idea, because it's the entire problem. Notice this is naturally recursive. Each question spawns smaller questions on later positions, until the pattern runs out. But wait, those branches overlap. Different roads land on the same 2 positions. Sound familiar? So we keep a notebook of answers. Picture lockers with name tags. Hand it a position pair, it hands back the answer, instantly. First time we solve a pair, we write the answer in its locker. Next time that pair shows up, we just read it back. You might be tempted to be greedy, grabbing as many star copies as possible. Watch out, that can fail. Sometimes the answer needs fewer. So we never commit. Try 0, try 1 and stay, and let the notebook guarantee we never solve the same pair twice. Let's actually run it on AA and A star. We begin at string spot 0, pattern spot 0. First check. Is the pattern used up? No, we're right at the start. Keep going. Does the current piece match? Pattern letter is A, string letter is A, equal. So the current character matches. Is the next pattern symbol a star? It is. So we're in our 2 choices world. Choice 1, 0 copies. Jump past A star, landing at the end of the pattern. But the string still has both as left. Pattern empty, string not empty. That road is a dead end. False. So take choice 2. The unmatched. So consume 1A, string moves to spot 1, pattern stays sitting on the star. New position. String spot 1, still on A star. Pattern not used up. Current letter A equals again. Matches. See how we keep landing back on the star. Same pattern spot, fresh string spot. The notebook is keeping track. Star again, 2 choices again. 0 copies jumps to the pattern's end, but there's still a sitting in the string. Pattern done, string not. Dead end again, so use the star once more, and consume that second A. String spot 2 now. The string is fully used up. Pattern still resting on A star. 2 choices one last time. 0 copies skips past A star to the pattern's end, and the string is also right at its end. Pattern used up, string used up, both at exactly the same moment. That is a match. Return true. And that true climbs back up through every choice we made. The whole thing matches. A fits A star. Let's try a trickier shape. String A, B, and the pattern C star, then A star, then a plain B. Start at string spot 0, pattern spot 0. The pattern opens with a C, and a star follows that C. Does C match the strings A? No, C and A are different. But a star follows, so 0 copies is on the table. Here's a subtle thing. Even though C never appears, the pattern is still valid, because the star lets it mean nothing at all. This is the case our first run never showed. The star used 0 times, skipping a letter that isn't even in the string. So jump past C star. Now we're sitting on A star in the pattern, still on the first in the string. The A matches. Use the star once, eat the first A. String moves to the second A, pattern stays on A star. Second A matches 2. Use the star again, eat it. Now the string sits on B, pattern still on A star. Now the string letter is B, but the pattern letter is A. They don't match. We can't consume here. No problem. Take 0 more copies of A star and skip past it. Pattern moves on to the plain B. Now pattern letter B meets string letter B. They match. No star after it, so both cursors step forward together. And now the string is used up, and the pattern is used up both at once. Match. True bubbles up again. AB matches the pattern, using C 0 times and A exactly twice. Step back, notice what rescued us. At every star, we never guessed a count. We only asked 0, or 1 and stay. And the notebook meant each position pair got solved exactly once. No backing up, no redoing the same spot, ever. That's the trade. We spent a little memory on the notebook, and in return erased a whole mountain of repeated guessing. So how costly is it? There's 1 entry per pair, string spot times pattern spot, and each is solved a single time. Time grows with string length times pattern length, and the notebook stores 1 answer per pair, so memory grows the same way. Before we type it, let's lock the moves in. Remember the core question, from this string spot and this pattern spot, does the rest match? Remember the star rule. Exactly 2 choices. Skip it for 0 copies, or if the character matches, eat 1 and keep the star. Watch the end check. You match only when both run out together. 1 empty and the other not is a failure. And watch the greedy urge. Always offer 0 copies as a real option, or you'll miss matches that need fewer. Time to write it. We keep a notebook called Memo, and a little helper that takes the 2 positions. Right at the top of the helper, if we've already solved this pair, hand back the stored answer. The notebook earning its keep. If the pattern is exhausted, it's a match only when the string is exhausted too, both empty together. Check the current character. It lines up when the letters are equal, or when the pattern holds a dot. If a star follows, take either road, skip it, or eat a matching character and stay. Otherwise both step forward. Store the answer, and start it from the top. And that's the pattern. When your choices keep overlapping, write down what you've already worked out. You'll reach for this trick again and again.